If you're someone planning to upgrade to a 300 to 400cc bike, this video is important for you. This is not just a first ride review, this is a real ownership experience of the Pulsar NS400Z. I'm bringing you this review after months of riding considerable kilometers in city, highways and everything in between. Let's start with the most interesting part of the video, the engine and performance of the bike. This bike gets a 373cc liquid-cooled engine borrowed from the Dominar 400, producing around 43 PS of power, and honestly, the performance is the highlight of the bike. It has got a strong mid-range going from 4000 rpm to 8000 rpm. Due to this, it pulls hard on the highways and the 0 to 100 feels quick for the price. But from my experience, I can tell you that below 3000 to 4000 rpm, it feels a bit rough, and it is not the smoothest engine in the segment. Still, for this price, the performance is simply insane. Now let's talk about the city and highway usage of the bike. In the city, the upright posture results in a comfortable ride, but the engine heat and traffic can be slightly annoying. On highways, this bike comes really alive. It is stable till 120 to 150 km per hour, feels planted and confident, and the top speed is around 170 km per hour, which is crazy for the price. Now let's talk about the features and tech in this bike. It has got 4 riding modes: road, rain, sport and off-road. But apart from road and sport mode, you're not going to use them much. It has got a fairly well functioning traction control. It has got Bluetooth plus navigation, but again, you're not going to use it much because it is a turn-by-turn navigation and eventually you're going to place your phone near the console. Now talking about console, it has a fully digital one, but it feels a bit cramped and it takes time to get used to it. Coming to the most interesting feature of this bike, the sport shifter. Now Bajaj calls it sport shifter because it is a sensorless quick shifter. Now they have connected the functioning of the quick shifter to their gear position indicator. So when you change gear up or down, it does the same thing that a quick shifter does without even having one. And from my experience, I can tell you that you can use it easily without any hesitation. But it is still not as accurate as a proper quick shifter because the gear position indicator may sometimes bug and your shifts can be jerky. Coming to the comfort and ergonomics of the bike, the comfort is fairly good. It has upright riding position, a wide handlebar and a fairly comfortable seat. But the suspension is slightly stiff and long rides on bad roads can feel really tiring. Now let's talk about mileage and maintenance of the bike. In city, it can give you up to 25 to 28 km per liter. On highways, it can go up to 30 to 35 km per liter. And in respect to the maintenance, it is affordable as compared to KTM or other premium bikes in this segment, and the Bajaj service centers are everywhere. This is really an advantage as compared to other premium bikes in this segment, but the service is still expensive as compared to the bikes that come in this segment, for example the MT-15, the R15 or other lower cc bikes. So everyone buying it should keep in mind that it will cost you, and it will cost you more than your previous bike. Now let me talk about some problems that I've faced after long use of this bike. There are slight vibrations at low RPM, but more vibrations creep in as you start to push the bike. The brakes are decent but not exceptional, and the fit and finish quality is quite average. And there's one more thing about the design of this bike. It looks like the previous NS, so most people will recognize it as NS200 at first. But yes, even after all that, as someone has said, there is no replacement for displacement. Finally, this is all from my side. If you have any queries or doubts, ask away in the comment section and I'll be replying to each and every one of you. Stay safe, ride safe. Signing off, Revs.